The market drops to 41.50 and bounces as expected. How low can the bears take it? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that the market should be pushing down into that 41.50 to 41.70 ES zone and then bouncing from there, and that's exactly what we saw. The market pushed down to 41.50 before bouncing back to 41.90 and then starting lower again. Now the question is, how low can the bears take it? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. Okay, guys, another active day in the trading room. We had 5 trades, 3 winners, and 2 losers. As you can see, people had great days. It is an awesome community of people who care about each other. We are not a fly-by-night, throw-out trades and FU kind of place. We truly care about our traders. I am giving a big discount on our course later in this video, so stay tuned for that. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 2-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And every day, I will remind you, we are counting a diagonal off the top, where you have wave 1 down, wave 2 up, wave 3 down, wave 4 up, and now we're working on wave 5 down that would target the 1764 area or 4096. So that is our ultimate target for this move down. Yesterday, we were looking for a move down to complete wave 3 at around 4150, then a bounce in wave 4 back towards 4200, and then down again in this wave 5 towards 4096. Now, it's a little bit unclear if we've completed that move up towards 4200. They did sell off into the close a little bit, but then rebounded. So let's zoom in a little bit and take a look at what I mean. Okay, guys, so as we zoom in, you can see we pushed down here to 4150, got that nice bounce back up toward the 4190 region. And then they came down and started selling, and you can see this little green bar here that we have pushing back up into the 4163 area or so after hours. This could be an A because they didn't take out the low here, an A up, a B down, and then a C back up into that 38.2 retrace, which is what you'd want to see here for a wave 4, up to 42.01 to as high as 42.18. That would really be where you'd want to stop if the bulls or if the bears are going to continue lower. So as we push up here, we could see a C wave back into that 4200 zone to kind of give us a completion and hit that 382 and then down. However, if they break yesterday's low, then it's much more likely we go directly towards the 4096 area. So just a little bit unclear. If I had to guess, because of the depth of this push down, I would guess that they probably go more directly. So I would say that we probably have the bounce done, and then maybe we're looking at a 1-2 setup and then down from there. But overall, we're kind of watching this area. A break of this low right here leads us to 4096 next. And if they can push back up here, we would expect them to top out around this high right here from the earlier in the day at the 4205 area. 4201 would be the target, so that would make sense for them to come back up, test that area, the 382, and then push down in wave 5 here toward 4096. And that would complete the diagonal. Now remember, when diagonals complete, we do look for strong reversals. So if we get this move down, we wouldn't necessarily be looking for this kind of move. This would tell me that the diagonal is not complete and we have more room to go. We would be looking for something more like this. And I draw that line straight up, but it would be a very strong rally in the opposite direction, one that will catch some bears off guard, and that will cause squeezing, which is generally what happens in diagonals as people start to get short at the bottom and the bulls reverse it. All the shorts have to cover and causes a squeeze. So I would look for a strong reversal. We get down to that 4100, 41 or 4096 area, and then a strong reversal back through this trend line here, or the bottom of the channel, would tell us that we're probably headed back toward the 4400 area, back to test this area for a wave 2. And then assuming the bears can hold that area, we would be looking down strongly from there. Now, the bulls are not 100% dead. They broke the 4170 SPX level we talked about. They broke it pretty decisively. And so that means that the impulsive count is definitely gone. But the bulls can trace out a diagonal to the upside. Now, let me be clear. I do not think that is probable. I do not think that it is going to happen, but it is certainly something to keep on your radar. Because if we start to see a rally that blows through some resistance levels, the market can change its tune really quickly. So a diagonal for the bulls, they'd need to hold fairly soon. They wouldn't want to get much lower than the 4100 level. Really, the 4130 level, 4130, 4100 would be where they'd want to hold. And then we'd look for a very strong move up. But remember, if they're going to trace out a diagonal, this is going to be a three-wave move. So it would be an A, a B, and a C. And that would take us back to just over the highs, where this wave 5 would complete maybe as a double top or just slightly higher all-time highs. I don't think you're going to get any kind of blowout 5,000 plus type area, but I do think that you would get a pretty strong ABC back where A takes us almost back to the highs from this summer, and then you get a B wave down and then C up. Again, this is not my preferred path. It is just the potential that the bulls still have to go higher. They're not 100% dead just yet. So overall, that's kind of how we look at that from a bullish standpoint. It would be something that I wouldn't even entertain until I started to see some serious resistance levels break. Because if you remember, if we're going to have a wave 2, wave 2s can come all the way up to the 764 retrace, and that would be around the 4530 area. So it's going to have to take, the bulls are going to have to push up, and they probably come into that area, pull back, and then go from there. And so what we'd have to see is we'd have to wait for them to get to that area, fail to the downside, and then come back and break that area. So it'll be a long time before I get back on that train. But that would be the path for the bulls. Over on the NASDAQ. Okay, on the NASDAQ, similar thing. We saw them push down in that 14,200 area we were talking about. They're still right around that area right now. We would look for them to give us one more bounce in a wave 4 and then lower into that 13,850 area. It is possible we can move directly to 13,850. It is possible that this bounce here was a micro 4, but it's really a small bounce. It doesn't really fit the overall pattern, so I don't think that's going to be the case. But if we do get a bounce, we would look for it to come up to the 14,4 to 14,592 area and then push down from there toward that 13,850 area. And that would complete wave 3 of the diagonal on the NASDAQ. So if you remember, we're counting a diagonal on the NASDAQ as well, where you have off of the top, wave 1, wave 2, and then A, B, and C of 3 into that 13,850 area. Remember, diagonals are 3-wave structures, which is why we have an ABC. Then you'd look for a wave 4 up, back into wave 1 territory. So a pretty decent bounce, 14,830 or so, 14,900. And then you'd look down in 5 toward the 13,292 area to complete the overall move down on the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ's not quite as far along as ES, but that would be the overall structure for the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ did poke through its pivot here. However, it is still viable for a standard wave 5 higher. So if the ES is going to give us a diagonal, then the NASDAQ could potentially give us an impulsive move, but more often than not, they trade in steps, so I'd want to see a diagonal type move from the NASDAQ. Again, that is far from ideal, not something I am counting on or looking for. The bulls will really have to start breaking some support levels to the upside, and then they will have to hold support and then come back and take out that high to get me to get on board with a potential ending diagonal for this move back toward all-time highs. So I don't think that's going to be the case, but if the bulls do start pushing, that is how it would be counted and what we would look at. If they can start breaking resistance levels and get back over this 14,962 to start. But again, then they'd still need to hold support and come back over the highs. So you'd look for something like this, hold support, and then back over this high to tell us that we are going to go try for those all-time highs in a diagonal, ending diagonal type setup. Again, not really my preference, not something that I'm going to count on or even worry about until the bulls prove it. But you might just want to keep that on the back burner if the bulls do start ripping higher. Guys, if you love the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to become part of the community, the trading team, meet everybody, see the support we have in there, see the winning trades we have. I want you to be part of all of it and make sure you love it before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. I told you at the beginning of the video I'm giving a big discount on this. Right now, it is Halloween season. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. So from now till the end of the month, till October 31st, with the coupon code SPOOKY, you can get $30 off of the Elliott Wave for Beginners course and get it for just $37. Now, let me show you how to do that because it is a little bit tricky. Okay, once you get to the Elliott Wave for Beginners course page, you're going to see right here, price $67. If you scroll down after putting in your information, you'll see down here at the bottom, it says, have a coupon right here. You click that little link, it opens up a coupon code box, and you click in there and you type in the word spooky. Once you do that and hit enter, you'll see that little bar come up. That tells you that it's processing the code, and you come back to the top, and it tells you right here the price is now $37 with coupon code SPOOKY. So that's how you put the code in. One other thing, when you get down here to the bottom and it asks you to pay with your credit card or PayPal, go ahead and click whichever one you want and then just hit sign up. You will put in your details on the next page. So there's nowhere to put in your credit card number here. You hit sign up. Next page, you put in the information you need to get the course. So that's how you do it. Coupon code SPOOKY. The really cool thing about this course is it's helping real traders make real money and understand the market in a way that finally makes sense. If you watch the news cycles and see that good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up, you probably get confused and don't understand why. And you might even say the market's rigged. But if you have the key levels and you understand how Elliott Wave works and you understand the breaking points, you can understand the market in a way that makes sense for trading and finally make money in the market. It is 25 videos where I go over 3 different sections. The introduction, where we go over your expectations, your mindset and emotion, the KISS method and why it works. The chart setup and tools, where we go through everything you need on your chart to use along with Elliott Wave Theory to confirm what you're seeing, to make sure that you're seeing the correct waves and how they're supposed to act. And the Elliott Wave for Beginners course, where I go through each wave, its targets, its confirmation points, its failure points, why it works, what you're looking for, and how to use it. We use real examples in the stock market, and we go over corrective zigzag, theory of alternation, corrective depth theory, the pivot, everything you want to know about Elliott Wave Theory so you can understand the market in a way that makes sense. What's really neat is it is included in both monthly rooms. So if you don't want to pay for this course at all, you can become a monthly member and you get it for free. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we do swing and day trade. So we do trade quite often in our room. However, if you're looking for individual stocks as well as advanced trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures his trades. It's so unique. Something you really need to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, key takeaways for today. We need to see if that wave 4 has completed. A pushback up towards 4,200 would be plausible, even 4,218. Above that, the bears need to start worrying about what's going on. Up to that area, we should look for a push down towards the 4096 area after that, and then we'd look for a strong reversal in the market. Over on the NASDAQ, again, possible to continue pushing up a little higher towards 14,416 to 14,592. Then we look for a resumption of the downtrend to the 13,847 area. If the bulls are able to push past 14,592, we'll have to see how high they go and what kind of structure we get to kind of figure out what's going on. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink, get out of the house, enjoy your family, do something fun, get off the computer, and I will talk to you next week.